Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Searching for Sports Cards. This is going to be our fourth and final installment of 1987 Donruss. We've got the Undertaker in place here. Without further ado, we'll get this thing going, and hopefully we can find one of those Maddux cards that we were sort of robbed on in the first episode. See what we can come up with here. First pack. Kick things off with a Diamond Kings card of Chris Brown. Cal Ripken Jr., that's the first time we've seen him. Bob Kipper. Scott Bradley. Todd Worrell. Bruce Hurst. Tracy Jones. Another Jim Sundberg card. Ernie Witt. Aurelio Lopez. Tim Stoddard. Chris James rated rookie. Mike Birkbeck rated rookie. Juan Nieves. And Kelly Downs. All right, always good to start out with a Hall of Famer, Cal Ripken. Hopefully that's a sign of better things to come. See what we can come up with here. Looking for Bonds, Maddux, or McGuire. Any one of the three would be fine by me. I would prefer the Maddux card, but Bonds would be my second preference. And then lastly, Mark McGuire. Marvell Wynn. Steve Sachs. Bob Dernier. Kevin Brown. I think that might be his rookie card. He piled up quite a few wins in his career. Juan Castillo. Roger McDowell. Tim Leary. Bobby Witt Sr. Dennis Powell. Jeff Huron. Phil Garner. Kirk Gibson. Ron Renicky. Andre Thornton. Danny Tartable. Nothing too noteworthy in that pack. Some decent names. Some guys that would go on to become managers. Danny Tartable, he's a guy that I just loathe. I seem like Danny Tartable was everywhere when I was a kid. And saw that Pirates logo, got excited, but it's Cecilio Guante. Oral Hershiser. Oh, get them back up in frame there for you guys. Sorry about that. I don't know. Make sure Oral made it in there. Ed Wojna. Bobby Grich. Here's another guy that probably should be in the Hall of Fame. I mean, if you go back and take a look at his career numbers, he is right up there in that territory. He amassed quite a high career WAR. Even at this point in his career, he had played in 2,006 games and had already had amassed 1,800 hits. Bobby Grich is a guy that probably deserves some serious consideration. Sid Fernandez. Rick Mahler. Ooh, look at the centering on Mike Scott. That's impressive. John Cangelosi. Mark Sullivan. Benny DiStefano. Tom Foley. Bobby Thigpen. Rookie card. Bob Melvin. Another Lou Whitaker. And a Stan Javier to finish out that pack. A few more cracks at glory here. Hopefully we can pull it off. Angel Salazar. Bo Diaz. Lance McCullers. Oh, Ricky Henderson. First time we've seen him. He goes on the stand for sure. I don't know if anybody was cooler than Ricky Henderson when I was growing up. Andy Allenson. Jeff Calhoun. Carl Best. Will the Thrill. Another B.J. Surhoff rated rookie. Eric Bell. Walt Terrell, Billy Sample, Diamond Kings checklist. I just always wonder what the thought process was behind the Diamond Kings line, because if you go through the checklist, it's Wally Joyner, Roger Clemens, Dale Murphy, Darryl Strawberry, Ozzie Smith, Jose Canseco. So we're off to a really fairly decent start there. Then we get Charlie Huff, Brooke Jacoby, Fred Lynn, Rick Rhoden, Chris Brown, Von Hayes, Jack Morris, Kevin McReynolds, George Brett, Teddy Higuera, Hubie Brooks, Mike Scott, Kirby Puckett, Dave Winfield, Lloyd Mosby, Eric Davis, Jim Presley, Keith Moreland, Greg Walker, and Steve Sachs. And speaking of Roger Clemens, there is the Roger Clemens Diamond King. It's a cool card. And Cecilio Guante finishes off the pack. All right, moving along. We got Rob Wilfong, second baseman. But I would be so disappointed if I was good enough to get to the majors and my baseball card was me getting ready to square up for a bunt. Mike Boddicker, Dave Valley, Jim Traber, Mike Fitzgerald, Vance Law, Glenn Allen Hill, Rupert Jones, Ben Ogilvy, Jerry Royster, Jose Gonzalez. Almost skipped Chris Spire there. Pete O'Brien, Rockin' Robin. Haven't seen him yet. Hall of Famer, 3,000 hits. And Lenny Dykstra rounds out that pack. We got 5 shots left to pull the Maddux, Bonds, or McGuire. Take another Bo Jackson, too. That one never hurts to have another Bo Jackson in the PC. Vita Blue. Hall of Famer George Brett. Frank DiPino. Dick Schofield. Mike Young. Steve Buechele. Hall of Famer Eddie Murray. Bill Doran. Willie Randolph. Mike LaCosse. Excuse me. Ray Chadwick. John Habian. Cecil Cooper. Jose Rio. And Andy Van Slyke finishes off that pack. 4 cracks left at it, guys. I do have access to another box of these if we need to go get one. Hoping we can solve our dilemma here in the last 4 packs. But if I gotta go get another one, I will go get another one because I want that Maddux card. I could just buy the Maddux card, but that's not nearly as fun as ripping through a whole box of cards trying to pull one out of a pack. Ken Howell, Willie Wilson, Gus Polidor, Doc Gooden, Ozzie Virgil, Dale Murphy. We kind of touched on him. Just going to come up shy of the Hall of Fame. His longevity hurt him. He was absolutely brilliant for a very short span, and unfortunately he tapered off as fast as he turned on, it seems. Steve Lyons, Roger Clemens, Johnny Ray, Randy Hunt, Hall of Famer Carlton Fisk, Bob Melvin, Darnell Coles, Jose Canseco, would have been a hot card for sure in 87, and Gene Nelson rounds out the pack. All right, 3 cracks left at it. Come on, Taker, bring us some little magic here. Speaking of Taker, my kid picked this up for me. I don't know if we can get that in the shot. Paid for it with his own money. I thought that's really cool. He knows I love Undertaker. I got a lot of Undertaker stuff down here. And far and away my favorite wrestler going up. So I got to find a place for that down here too. I'm sure you guys are equally as excited about that as I am. But I think it's neat, especially when the kid spends his own money to pick you up a little gift. You always got to be thankful for that. Jose Rio, Mike Lega, Oda B. McDowell, Gene Walter, Chris Bando, Alan Anderson, Kevin Gross, Brooke Jacoby, guys everywhere, Ralph Bryant, Kurt Ford, Mark Eichhorn, Rick Russell, Hall of Famer Tim Raines, Checklist, and a Kevin McReynolds Diamond Kings. 2 packs left. Come on. See if we can make this happen here. I don't want to buy another box, but I absolutely will buy another box. They're not terribly expensive. It's not like going out and buying a $300 or $400 or $500 box, but it would be nice to just get it all done with one. Here's a Mario Soto with a nice ding on the edge. Teddy Higuera Diamond King. Pete Rose Hall of Famer. Another George Brett. Jim Acker. Chuck Finley. Nate Snell. Mike Scioscia. Damaso Garcia again. Probably got 3 or 4 of those. Mark Bailey. Chris Cotaroli. Joe Necro. Local legend Shane Raleigh. Mark Portugal. And Dave Dravecki. Gosh, Dave Dravecki was having a really nice career going for himself. And then, of course, everybody knows what happened there. But he's made a nice little comeback, it seems, over the years. I don't know if Dave Dravecki is still with us, but he became a motivational speaker after he lost his arm and shoulder to cancer. But just an incredible story, really. All right, last pack. Let's hope for some magic here. Come on. Got Mr. Mariner Alvin Davis to start off the show here. Come on. Jeff Robinson. Will Frazier, not the rated rookie we're looking for. There's Rafael Palmeiro. Put him off to the side. Not ever going to be a Hall of Famer, but had some really great years during the steroid era, which I believe belongs, I think the steroid era belongs in the Hall of Fame. It's just part of the history of the game. We have to acknowledge that it was there, and it should certainly be acknowledged how much baseball embraced it, too. Willie Hernandez, Bob Horner, Alfredo Griffin, Hubie Brooks, Diamond King. I don't know what's going to happen here, guys. Don Robinson, Bob Welch, Rudy Law, Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson, Keith Hernandez, who probably has a really strong case for the Hall. Not in there, though. Ed Olwine, and we're going to finish up with an off-center Darryl Strawberry. So this stack was significantly better than the third stack in terms of Hall of Famers and good players, but we didn't land the Bonds, McGuire, or a cleaner version of the Barry Larkin. The Barry Larkin we pulled, I did penny sleeve it, but it's not. It's got that tough corner. I don't know if we're going to get that to show up. Yeah, you can see it right there. So 2 of the Hall of Fame rookies that I was looking for both had bad corners on them. We may end up going back for another box on this stuff. I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys would be interested in seeing another box of these get ripped. It's fun. It's a fun set for sure. I appreciate you guys tuning in and being here for the journey. We will probably look at either 86 Fleer or 1990 Topps. In the next series, I've also got a box of 90 Bowman, which isn't super valuable, but there is the Frank Thomas rookie in there. I've got a box of 89 Donruss. I don't know if I said that. And I've got a box of 88 Topps rack packs right there. So those will all be some fun rips. We'll get some videos up on all of those in the very near future. But I appreciate everybody tuning in. We will see you on the next episode. Until next time, keep on ripping packs, everybody.